Hello, my name is Wesley Hammond. I'm the head chef at Brasserie, and today we're going to do a couple of dishes. The first dish is a marinated beetroot with goat's cheese and salad. Very simple dish. We need one beetroot. We're going to marinate the beetroot first in some white wine vinegar, some honey, some thyme and some olive oil. So, a beetroot. What you have to do is peel the beetroot. Now you might want to wear a pair of gloves when you're doing this because you are going to end up with pink hands. So, peel away. You can buy this stuff, this is a raw beetroot. Now you can buy beets already vac packed and cooked, but I prefer the fresh stuff. Now the cooked stuff, it's lost a bit of its flavour. This in a raw state, it's going to have a lot more flavour to it. Okay, so peel your beetroot. Let's get rid of this. Now then, we're going to use a mandolin, or if you have a very sharp knife, you want to thinly slice this. So you've got one of these things, be careful, they're razor sharp. So, into the bowl, beetroot, whoops, slippery customers, and slice as thin as you can get it. Now you want it nice and thin, so when we put this in the marinade, the vinegar and the oil is going to help cook the beetroot, because this stuff's going to need to marinate, preferably overnight, get the flavours going. So, let's put that to one side. Now there's our sliced beetroot, okay, nice and thin. Look, my hands are going pink already. So for the marinade, we're going to need, if you've got one beetroot, approximately 50 mils of red wine vinegar. Into there, some generic honey. Okay, you don't have to push the boat out, any honey will do. Now you need about a tablespoon, okay, a little pinch of salt, and twists of pepper, some fresh thyme, okay, just pick off the thyme sprigs. Okay, so we've all that on the go, yeah? Next, we're going to need some good quality olive oil, okay? Now, 50 mils of vinegar, we're going to go in with 200 mils of olive oil. So, in terms of ratios, it's 1 part vinegar and 4 parts, oil. Yeah. I was good at maths. Right, so that's our marinade. Now we can see in there, alright, the colour's starting to come out of the beetroot. Now, the vinegar is going to help cook that beetroot, so that needs to be, like I said, it needs to marinate overnight roughly, okay? The beetroot at the moment is very crispy, it's quite brittle, and it's going to soften, it's going to be a lot easier to eat, it's not as crunchy, nice and delicate, and like I say, put that in your fridge, leave it overnight, come in the morning, done. Now in true Blue Peter style, here's some I did earlier. Okay, so this beetroot, in my little tin here, has been marinating overnight, it's nice and thin. It's gone really soft. In fact, you probably won't be able to see it, but you can almost see through that stuff. It's very, very, very thin and nice and tasty as well. So, we've got our marinated beetroot. That's done. Next, we need to work on our goat's cheese. Now, you can buy all sorts of goat's cheeses in Tesco's these days. You've got French, English, Irish, Scottish. The list is endless. What you do need to do is have a nice, soft, creamy textured goat's cheese. Nothing too firm, nice and crumbly. Now with this goat's cheese, there's probably about 200 grams of goat's cheese in here. I've added to this a squeeze of lemon juice, sharpens it a bit, and I've let it soften it down with some double cream, okay? Now you have to mix that with a whisk or a spoon till you get that soft, smooth consistency, okay? So like I say, about 100 grams of cheese, a splash of cream, keep whisking away, squeeze of lemon juice, and that'll become nice and soft. The reason why I want it soft, so it's a lot easier to pipe or put on a plate or on the dish. So there's our goat's cheese. Now, there's only a few elements to this dish: beetroot, goat's cheese, some pine nuts, and some salad. It's like 4 elements. So put on my hand. It's not that difficult. Really easy to do, and it won't take you much time. So, plate. Now we've got a bit of red wine syrup. Always this is some red wine syrup. It's easy, it's red wine, cooked down with a little bit of sugar. You don't have to use this. In the restaurant, we're going to present it on a nice plate. You can quite easily use just a vinaigrette. There's some red wine syrup on a plate. We've got our marinated beetroot. And a bit of blob there. Another one there. And then Spoon your goat's cheese onto a tablespoon. Okay. Onto the centre of each. Now you don't have to do it like this, okay? I'm doing it like this for our restaurant plate, so we're not just going to chuck it in a bowl. You can put this through a salad, you know, in your lunchbox, your beetroot, your goat's cheese, throw some leaves in there, a bit of dressing. By the time you get to work, it's going to, you know, for presentation purposes, it's going to look a little bit different, a little bit more panache than going in a Tupperware box. All right, so we've got 3 blobs of goat's cheese. We've got some pine nuts. Now the goat's cheese is quite soft. The beetroot's soft, with some bite, but these add a nice bit of crunch to it. Okay, so pine nuts scattered around the plate. Okay, so far. Now we're going to take a few more pieces of beetroot, sit on top of the goat's cheese. Okay, 1, 2. And pick out the nice pieces, nice big pieces. 3. So that finished with. And now the salad part. Some nice, fresh, dressed mixed leaves. In this case, I've got some watercress in here. And I've got some shiso cress, or mixed little fine herbs. So, into a mixing bowl. Tiny little vinaigrette, not a lot. Shake it around your bowl. And then we're just going to scatter these leaves over our goat's cheese. So we've got watercress, shiso, some mustard cress there. Okay, and finally, just to finish it, a little bit, get that out of view, a little bit of Maldon sea salt. Some olive oil. So there we go. A little bit rustic, but that is goat's cheese, marinated beetroots and pine nuts. Happy days.